everybody, and welcome back to All Things Miss G. So today I am going to make lasagna. I'm going to try and keep it a simple video so that you too feel like it's a simple dish, because really actually it is. It's just that, you know, there are many steps to it, but really making lasagna simple as whistling dick. Okay, so I'm gonna link the video to my 3 cheese minced meat and mac bake, because it's pretty much the same process for making or frying the minced meat. I'm going to vary this recipe for frying the minced meat just because, you know, like, variety is the spice of life. But pretty much the basics are going to remain the same. So that's just your onions, your tomato, and whatever else that is a vegetable that you want to add in there. In my case, I'm going to add bell peppers. I actually added bell peppers even in the 3 cheese minced meat and mac bake, right? So onions, tomatoes, any variation of tomatoes, the passata, which is like the wet tomato puree, or your paste, which is thicker, and then you can water it down, or actual grated, peeled, chopped tomatoes, and your vegetables. The other thing that you can add with lasagna is like diced carrots, spinach, and like just I think anything that you really feel like would taste good in your lasagna. Guess what I'm gonna add today? Beans and some ham bits. So it's gonna be chewy, right? So we'll have meat, and then the beans will and the bell peppers will kind of like vegify it. So balance nyana, right? Like, yeah, all right. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. And what I'm going to take you through right now are the spices that I am going to use to season my minced meat. So, all right, let's go. Seasoned our minced meat, and in the process browned it, because that's what you want to do, so there's no more pink left in the meat. So now it's time to fry it up, and I'm going to take you through that process quite quickly. So here goes. just that you asked for. Okay, so on to the next phase, which is making the lasagna sauce. There are quite a number of different ways to do it. I know some people that use bechamel sauce, which I've done in the past before. Love it, yummy. You can also use the cheese. So I mean, you know, with bechamel sauce you'll still need to add cheese, preferably your cheddar cheese. Yeah, then you're right on the money. Or you can just do straight cheese and some fresh cream, mix the two together. Or you can just do cheese alone, which would be your mozzarella and your cheddar cheese. What I'm gonna do today is ricotta cheese. I've never actually tried this one, so it should be interesting. So we just panned into the ricotta cheese. Ricotta cheese can be like this, or it can be like the consistency of what is it called, like sour cream, like slash cottage cheese. I didn't get that at the shops. They just had the block ricotta cheese, but it's still quite wet. And so with ricotta cheese, if you're going to use it as the base of your lasagna sauce, you need to add egg into it so that it binds that cheese, because it's quite a wet cheese, so that it doesn't ooze out of your lasagna. So what I did is I actually added the egg in to this, which is double thick cream. Right, so I'm going to combine the double thick cream that has an egg in it with the ricotta cheese, and then I'm going to beat the two together. You saw in the other clip, I was just beating the double cheese cream, double thick cream with the egg, but I need more power. So because I'm introducing the ricotta cheese, and I just want to make sure that everything binds well together, so I'm going to actually use this little baby over here. So here goes. So ideally what you would do is, let's say I would be adding the double thick cream. You want a cream that's already as thick as possible, unless you like beating fresh cream to the gods, then yeah, go ahead and use a thin runnier cream. But me personally, if I'm going to be beating cream, short of using whipped cream, hell no, I will always buy the double thick cream. So ideally I would have been adding that and then the egg in there, together with the ricotta cheese. So if you know about ricotta cheese, it's flavorless, so we need to add some salt. Yeah, be generous with that, because you don't want your sauce to be like tasteless. You could also add black pepper. Not going to do that. Instead I want a smoky flavor, so I'm going to add some paprika in there. Here we go. Don't know if you guys can really see, but it's just looking really cool and stuff. Dope stuff. I feel like I want to add more sugar, salt, because really guys, the ricotta is so tasteless. It is what it is. It is what it is. And this is for more flavor. what this is Italian parsley, right? And what I did, just for some, you know, variation, is I also added French chives in there. So parsley, fresh parsley, and French chives. Should I throw it in there now? Let me throw it in there after I've mixed everything. And then the last bit of flavorant I will use to zhuzh up our ricotta cheese / lasagna sauce is Origanum. All right. Okay, so allow me to beat this situation to the gods, and then I'll be back. Here is our minced meat. It's cooking on low, coming along really well. I'm trying to get it to reduce. It's actually pretty much reduced now. All you see is the oil. The reason you want it to reduce is so that you don't have a runny or a wet lasagna, right? When you finally start to layer it in the oven dish. It's reducing on 1 because yeah, that's kind of how you reduce on low heat. And that allows for the seasoning to just really infiltrate the minced meat. And you reduce with the pot uncovered. And in the meantime, you have turned your oven on. I'm using a degrees Celsius oven. Between 180 and 200 degrees. That's where you want to set it to. So I'm going to add the ham as the last addition to the meat sauce. I don't want my ham to cook on the stove and stuff. I've switched this off. And then the baked beans that I was talking about. Also don't want them to cook because they're just tinned baked beans. I wouldn't want them to fall apart and stuff. So yeah, there you go. You can pretty much vary it according to sort of how adventurous you're feeling or what different kinds of combinations you want to try out. Fun part about cooking, literally there are no rules. Only tongue rules. In other words, if it tastes good to you, who are we to dispute your methods and combinations of ingredients? So this is basically pretty much it, and we are now going to the final stage, which is layering. So yay. Okay, so layering stage, pretty simple. You start with meat, lasagna sheet, your ricotta cheese mix, and then the dry cheese. This would be mozzarella. This would be cheddar. Okay, so I'm going to repeat it again because we're going to speed it up when we're doing it. So make sure you hear me. You start with meat, lasagna sheet, ricotta cheese mix, and then the dry cheeses. And you repeat. Meat, sheet, cheese of ricotta, dry cheese, and then meat again. All right, so on that note, let's get crack-a-lackin'. is ready to go. But before that, I just wanted to talk about how yummy my minced meat is. And the baked beans. Guys, no. Next level. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, it's so delicious. And if you follow this recipe to the T, you should get as good tasting a minced meat as this is. So it's not just the baked beans. It's just the combination of all of the spices that I have used. It's top class. So yeah, you kind of want to follow this recipe for real. This is one recipe I'm not going to say deviate as per your liking. Try this out and then let me know how it goes. So yeah guys, sorry, I can't stop nibbling on how yummy this minced meat is. So okay, I'm gonna wash my hands now because I'm gonna touch food. So catch me on the flip side. The taste of the ricotta cheese, paprika, French chives, and Italian parsley. I forgot to comment on that. It tastes like avocado. Oh, and salt. And you know, avo is like top class fruit in life, generally incomparable, indisputable, whatever word you want to describe, use to describe avo is fitting. As long as they're giving it props, of course. That's what that tastes like. So just to recap it for you, I used salt, I used the Italian parsley, fresh parsley, I used fresh French chives and some paprika. And then remember to beat it with egg to bind. So even if you're not going to use double cream like I did, double thick cream like I did, still use the egg to bind and hold your ricotta together. How it tastes like avo, I have no idea, but that's what it ended up tasting like. So it's gonna be lit. So here we are at the last stage before we say goodbye to this dish, because it is going to be baked. I am christening it with Parmesan. Also a top class cheese. Give it up for Parmesan. Parmesan is such a top class cheese. I give it props. I love it. It's just the bomb. Like, flavor wise. Like, you wouldn't have to add anything to Parmesan in the way that we had to zhuzh up our ricotta, right? Testament to its top class properties. So yeah, it's pretty much what we're doing now, right? And then we are going to bake it at 180 degrees Celsius for about, I'm gonna say 40 minutes. So try get your dish on the lower oven rung so that the cheese is not up top, and then likely to just brown really quickly and actually burn. Can you tell I'm having fun and that I don't want to stop christening the dish with Parmesan? Okay, that was fun. So here we go. We need an up close of the lasagna. It's out of the oven. I've let it cool for about a while, actually, more than 40 minutes. And this is the final product, you know. This is me slicing through that. So we're gonna see what it looks like together. What I like is already from the feel, everything is dry. Love that. And I don't like gooey with bakes. Looks like the ricotta cheese held. Yay us. And you too if you're trying this recipe out. So You just want to maybe come in close to see the layers of that. You see that? That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. You see? Wonderful. Look at how the ricotta held. So I'm going to scoop this piece out onto a plate. And it's going to be somebody's supper. And you can sort of come in as well. You can see a relatively ungooey lasagna, right? Yay! Good job. Good job, Mama. I'm talking to myself, by the way. Good job. You did that. Okay, so the ricotta version turns out quite well. Now for the taste test, right? Quick floss, like Ramadan. All right, here we go. Good. Good. Not too savory. I don't like just plain savory minced meat. So that Worcestershire sauce that I added and the tomato sauce balancing out the salt and the savoriness of the dish. And it's not an overpowering sweetness either. Especially because we've got a lot of dairy and cheese in there. You wouldn't want the dish to then be sweet. I just want to taste an actual sheet of lazizi, pazizi, schmiznizi. Oh my God. It should not have ever been a rapper, which is why I'm not one. Bellissimo. If I could speak Italian, I would be breaking out in some seriously hectic Italian right now. Let me get in that last scoop. No, really. TheBomb.com. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we make. It's actually a 4 cheese, if you think about it. Special because I added the ham bits and the baked beans. Lasagna. Special also because like this is my recipe of seasoning and all that other stuff. So special. So I hope you enjoy making it. It's worth it. It tastes. And on that note, thank you for joining me. Till we meet again next time.